There is no side hustle like the one I'm going to show you today in this video. This is actually the first app and niche that I ever did back in October of 2015 when I first started. This side hustle uniquely stands alone, two apps specifically, because when you're doing it, there's always this thing that you're thinking about that you don't have to think about with other apps. It's safety, albeit it's very safe statistically. It's driving rideshare. And Trevor's gonna do his first ever day driving passengers, yes, on rideshare. And listen, when it comes to different gig apps, maybe surprisingly, let me know if you agree with this. Surprisingly, Uber and Lyft rideshare might pay more than groceries shipped in Instacart, than food delivery with Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub and others, than Parcel, Amazon Flex, Walmart, Spark, all of them. Rideshare might pay the most, but having passengers that can change the route, that can tell you where to go, like anywhere in your marketplace, unpredictability of, yes, so where you're going to drive here. I'm curious, is Trevor going to make, number one, at least $25 an hour? And number two, is he going to have on his first ever shift problems either on the road or with those customers?
It's Friday in downtown Scottsdale, 7
Arizona,
and I'm waiting for my first ride. It's been almost 20 minutes. I haven't gotten a single ride yet. Today I'm just going to be using Uber Rideshare only.
So he's just starting in Scottsdale. I don't even care what day it is. I don't care. And what is it? Sunset. So it's evening at some time. There's no way you should have to wait 20 minutes for a rideshare request. Because a lot of these marketplaces, you might wait 20 minutes for food delivery, but a lot of these marketplaces, you can at least get rideshare. What does that tell you? There's that many drivers in that marketplace? Or what? Just people aren't using Uber as much in Scottsdale?
And so far, my first impression is not looking too good.
Yeah, my first impression of your first request, not looking good either. So look at the order card here. It's a standard ride, Uber X, $325, and there's the upfront fares and the starting and ending destination that I told you about. Oh, but $325 though. I mean, like a minimum should be $5. I always aim for at least $7 in cash flow, like the minimum pay. But if it's going to take 5 minutes, I mean, still pay me more than that.
Finally got our next one. I mean, it's pretty...
What do you see? I'm not going to even tell you. Comment down below. I'll give you 10 seconds here. Look at it. Look at the order card. Look at what I just told you is important here on Trevor's next request. And $741. Look at the upfront fare, 5.5 miles for the trip, and you're 2.2 miles away, so you're doing 7.7 miles for $741. It's basically $1 a mile, just under $1 a mile. That's not the rides you want. $9.87, $9.37. Look at the mileage there. Those are still, wow. It's still $1 a mile or less. That is crazy. So, how can you fix this? Number one, I want bonus pay because it's base pay plus promotional pay plus tips. So the tips you can kind of control if they want to talk, have good customer service, drive professionally, but efficiently so you're not wasting time. The base pay, like the flat pay from the companies, don't really change. And then the promotional pay, like there's a surge pay, which is a per dollar add-on per trip. There's the new pilot testing active time based Boost Plus pay. So Boost Plus is another per trip or per delivery bonus. And now Uber's piloting, I'll show you here, that bonus not being based on per trip or per ride, but based on the active time. So active times when I'm actually on the assignment, from when I pick up to when I drop off. The same thing with Uber Eats. Right now, active time Boost Plus is just on Uber. So just keep that in mind. But obviously, we're just looking at Uber right now.
These people started arguing in the back of my car. The girl started yelling at the guy. They were arguing about her drinking or something. It was just really awkward.
Yeah, you're going to have that 100% with rideshare. I've done thousands of trips between Uber and Lyft. Usually would do it, more so in the past versus now. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter because you'll get people who have been drinking and they're partying, people who are extremely loud, people who are arguing, people who want to argue with you for no reason. Oh, all right. So Trevor is already fed up with this shift. He did $68 for an hourly of $17.03. It sounded like he'd do worse than that. the way that I was reading this, like not getting a ton of offers, rides, we should say, and still doing like 17. I thought it was going to be like 11 or 12, but drove 80 miles and then was paid 85 cents a mile. Because why? If you end up in the suburbs or middle of nowhere, even just, a little bit of the outskirts of your general busy area, chances are there might be less and less and less passengers. People that need a ride, people that are even using Uber in these areas. So you're going to have longer trips, possibly, because they're like, oh, now I'm going to go back to the city. So unless you're getting a good dollars to mile payout, if you're accepting $1 a mile, then there's another, $20 for 20 miles back into the city, or you're going to have more commuting miles. Like, well, I shouldn't have got pulled out here, but now I'm out here. I've been sitting here for 20 minutes with nothing. I'm just going to drive in. I'm going to drive into the zone. I can use a destination filter where Uber's like, okay, we'll try to send you rides, head in this direction. But still, if you don't get anything, you're going to drive back in there 15 miles, wasting those miles without a passenger. Those are just straight expenses.
So now we are doing our first shift with Uber Rideshare.
Why not? Let's compare.
Cherry picking with all my apps.
With
Rideshare.
Rideshare.
With an Uber ride, and I don't know what I was thinking taking this one. No. I was sitting for a while waiting, and I didn't
Trevor,
want to...
don't do it. Don't do... Oh, okay. Okay, so Trevor's multi-apping with Rideshare now. And why? He even said, like, I don't even know what I was thinking. I don't know what you were thinking. 12:32. It's 27 minutes total, but look, it's 20 miles, 20 plus miles with the pickup and the actual drop off for the trip there. Why would you, as soon as you see that, okay, on Rideshare, look at those miles, look at the pay. Is the dollars to mile worth it? If it's not worth it, do not accept that thing unless it's like the last trip of a streak bonus.
But that was a goofy assumption.
No tip,
and I received no tip. Horrible order. It's safe to say that you should not rely on the chance of someone tipping for the ride to be worth it.
Agree.
From here on out, I need to only be accepting rides that are worth it up front, even if they don't tip. It led me to take the $7 for 7 mile ride, only $1 per mile, not something I would usually accept, but the chance of an added tip on Uber rides drew me in.
Wait,
picking up
Trevor, you just said... Wait, let me replay that.
You should not rely on the chance of someone tipping for the ride to be worth it.
You just said you didn't want to accept based on the promise of an expected tip. And you just did it. Come on, man. I mean, if you're driving to a nice area, like, I get it. If you know that area is a nice area and like you could think it's an affluent customer, they're going to tip me big. And sometimes it certainly pays off. I definitely had that when I was delivering to deca $1 million homes in San Diego and stuff, but it's not guaranteed.
I've yet to get a single order on DoorDash. I finally got on, it turned red, but still nothing.
Look at that 10% acceptance rate, Trevor. You're cherry picking, just like myself. By the way, again, make sure to subscribe. My name is Mike. All I do here is help you make money in different side hustles. And I'm back to cherry picking. That acceptance rate on DoorDash went from what was it? Oh, I don't know, 70+% down to 50 some. And I'm almost down below silver status. And that's just on DoorDash. I'm cherry picking on everything. So stay tuned.
And luckily, food delivery finally woke up while I was camping
let's check out food delivery
for my next order.
Oh my goodness, guys. We finally got an Uber Eats order.
Is it good though? Is it that good? 12:37, 6.6 miles. This is a good offer. Yes, Trevor, it passes the dollars to mile and the dollars to time. How much am I getting paid and how much time is it going to take? Quoted for 21 minutes.
Just as we were kind of losing hope and morale, a massive pasta order came in next.
And we got $20 for
Let's go.
That is a worthy dinner time favor.
Hold on, let me take a look at that. $20. That's got to be all tip. It's got to be because it's 2 deliveries. Obviously, it says delivery parentheses 2 there. So when I think of a stacked order like that, it's just 2 or more assignments for one driver. When I see the 2, I'm just dividing that total in half in my mind. So I'm like, okay, they're basically $10 orders. Is that good? It definitely is good. For 5.6 miles total, that's good as well. That's stellar. 29 minutes. Again, imagine doing a similar order for the hour. You're looking good on the hourly pay, estimates there.
Grubhub waking up from hibernation with an $8 for one.
Oh, that's on Grubhub. 815, 1.9 miles. This is why I tell you, don't delete and not use an app. So keep it on your phone and actually use it. Don't be like, well, Grubhub never really sends me anything. I'm not even going to go online today. You have it. Go online, multi-app, because every now and then they send you a good margin order. Granted, it's McDonald's. That's up to you if you want to take it because it's, just a McDonald's. 815, 1.9 miles though. Nice, Grubhub. Oh, an hourly rate. I knew it. See, Trevor was a lot busier. This is a great kind of case study of really it turned into, is Uber worth it to is multi-apping worth it? Because a day multi-apping with Uber after Trevor started it here, $24 an hour and $1.41 paid up per mile. Obviously, that's a little bit low. So that's a testament of those dollar per mile like rideshare runs. And I think just a further spread out marketplace because the Phoenix marketplace is just a lot more spread out and flat than here in Pittsburgh. So I think some of those trips that he was seeing on rideshare, it's going to be farther. And if Uber's only paying like $1 some a mile and you take it, that's what lowers the dollars per mile. But yeah, stay tuned. I got my Uber shift coming up here at the end of the year, the Halloween weekend, possibly New Year's Eve weekend. And let me know in the comments, would you like to see just a random weekend? Would you like me to go back to renting a Tesla to drive Uber for an entire week? And if so, what week should it be?